if you scads and oodles of time, your life will be forever changed to the good if you do this. Some people choose not to do this, and I don't understand why, because it just makes your life so much more complicated if you do not. But the little the title is under fractions. And the little subtitle is reducing before you multiply. Reduce. Now the key is reduce in big capital letters before you multiply. Another word that math people use, and maybe it's gone the way of the world, maybe people don't use it anymore. We use the word cross-cancel. Cross-cancel. And what that simply means is this. Let's say I have 5/6 times 1/5. And this is a simple little thing, so you're going to say, well, I don't want to do that because it doesn't really save you that much time. But it doesn't on this one, but it will in the end. Right, as it stands right now, we just simply multiply across, right? And you get 5/30. And then you reduce that because you divide by 5. And you divide by 5, and you get 1/6. That's kind of how we do it now. But to save yourself some time, what you can do, it's a little like this. It's a little like this, children, I guess. I could rewrite this problem to look like this. 5 times 1 over 5 times 6. That's really the same problem. And if you remember, we just got done talking about when you prime factorize things, what happens if you have the same thing on the top as on the bottom? They can cross cancel. So if you have an identical 5 on top and a 5 on the bottom, you could cross cancel them before you multiply, and look, all you have left is what our answer should be. Okay? And basically what you're doing is, as it says, you are reducing before you multiply. Now let me give you a big example of that. You know, if you had 30 over 45, and you were multiplying that by, I don't know, 25 over 40. Okay. Nobody really likes to do that big long multiplication, which would give you what? 750 over, what's 4 times that? 116 and 20, 180 or something like that, or 1800 or whatever it is there. Now 1680. Whatever it is here. Because you just get big old numbers and then you got to reduce it. Well, if you look at the tops and the bottoms, by the way, this is just tops with bottoms. Tops with bottoms. If you look at these numbers, what numbers could you divide both the top and the bottom by? Well, let's look at 30 and 40. What number goes into both 30 and 40? And you want to think as big as possible. Andrew?
5.
Bigger. You could do 5. But bigger than 5 go into 30 and 40. What do they both end with?
0.
A 0. So you can divide them both by 10. 30 divided by 10 is 3. 40 divided by 10 is 4. What goes into 25 and 45? Zach? 5. I can divide 25 by 5, and I can divide 45 by 5, and I get 9. Now the beauty of this is you can keep going. Is there a number that goes into both 3 and 9? 3. I can divide 3 by 3, I get a 1, and 9 divided by 3, I get that. Once you've all done cross-canceling, then you can multiply what's left. 1 times 5 is 5, and 3 times 4 is 12. I can tell you, getting that answer is a lot easier than this. What did I do? Let me do it out the real way. 25 times 30 was 750, so that was my top number. And I was going to do 40 times 45, which was 0, 22, 1800. You know, the other way, you're gonna have to do this. You get 750 over 1800, and then you gotta start reducing it. Well, what goes into what? You know, you can divide them both by 10. You know, you get 75 over 180, and then what number goes into 75 and 180? 5, which is what? The 15 over 36, and then what number goes into 15 and 36? 3, which gives you 5 over 12. But it's much simpler if you do it cross cancel and reduce before you multiply. Now, some things to be very careful with. First of all, what if it's division? Question mark. Can you cross cancel with division?
Yes.
No. You can't cross cancel with division until you make it a multiplication problem. Not until you make it multiplication. In other words, let me find a problem here. 5 6 divided by 5 halves. Not that anything would at this point anyways. I can't cross cancel yet. Okay, because the rule for division is to do what? How do you divide by fractions, Jordan Shaw? You flip and multiply the second one. Once you flip it and change it to a multiplication problem, then yes, because now it is multiplication, then you can cross cancel. And what cross cancels here? Well, obviously the two 5s. 5 will go into 5 once. And what about 2 and 6? 2 goes into 2 once, and into 6 3 times. So what do I get when all the smoke clears? 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. 1/3. Or what about if I have improper fractions? Or what if I have mixed numbers? 1 and 1/9. 1 and 1/9 times 1 and 1/5. Can I cross cancel that? Not until Peyton. Yeah, you still have to make improper first. Make improper first. And when I make this improper, I get, what is 1 and 1/9 as an improper fraction? 10/9. And that's times, what's 1 and 1/5? 6/5. And yes, you could multiply and get 60 over 45 and then reduce, but it's by far easier if you just go, oh, 5 goes into 5 once and 10 twice. 3 goes into 6 twice. 3 goes into 9 3 times. Please note you can't do 2 tops. These are 2 2s, but they're not top and bottom. It has to be top and bottom. Can't do just tops. And then you remultiply. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. And then, of course, I have to simplify and make that 1 and 1/3. You definitely want to reduce anytime you can before you multiply. So anytime you can use that, that'd be good. Let me give you one and you see if you get 9/10 divided by 1 and 1/5. 9/10 divided by 1 and 1/5. Do that problem for me, please. Cross cancel where appropriate. Please cross cancel if it's appropriate or where it's appropriate or when it's appropriate or however it's appropriate. Nathan Conrad says,
3/10.
let's check and see. This stays named 9/10. You make this improper, it is 6/5. It's still division. I still can't cross cancel until I flip and multiply. It it is times by 6. 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 10 twice, 3 goes into 6 twice, 3 goes into 9 3 times. Oh. Did I get 3/4?
Yeah.
3/4. Hey, Conrad, where did we go wrong?
Oh, for some reason I put I put 5 instead of 2 for the tens.